Let's get it. Welcome to the show.
I'm trying to be a parent, but I gotta run an errand. I promise when I'm back, I'ma feed my kid a carrot. Damn, this stuff is tough, man, I thought it was an errand. I'm trying to be a parent, I'm trying to be a parent. Sometimes you gotta drink, cause that shit can be kinda stressful. Sometimes you hit the blunt, cause that green will help you rest, yo. You know your ass be slacking when you gotta look up things on YouTube. Like, bro, how you wipe your baby boo-boo?
Now welcome to the podcast, trying to parent and make moms laugh.
Who you know got it like the King's family. Amanda and Shawn,
It's the name G. Yeah. Now welcome to the podcast, trying to parent and make pops laugh.
Who you know got it like the King's family. Amanda and Shawn, it's the
Name G. Yeah. What up? What up?
Welcome
back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's episode 36. We're making headway here.
These
And
weeks are flying by, y'all.
weeks are flying by. This is the Trying to Parent podcast. If you were not aware, for all of you that have tuned in before, thank you. For all of you that are first-time listeners, thank you. Did you have something to say?
I was going to say, obviously, I am Amanda, and this is Shawn King.
That we are. We are the Kings. And if you want to know a little bit more about us,
Let's get social.
social.
With social media.
Nina looks very concerned.
Let's get social, Nina. Tell them where to follow us.
All right, you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at trying2parent. If you're listening on Apple Podcast or wherever your podcast is, please follow, subscribe, give us a 5-star if you'll ever be so nice.
5 of those.
We would just like to reach the peeps. You know what I'm saying?
No, they don't know what you're saying. Do you know what I mean?
Help me and poor. Follow us and give us a good rating, please. Yep, and then if you would like to watch the film, because we are filming every episode, and our lovely office studio at on YouTube is trying space the number 2 space parent.
Very good.
Thanks.
And we have to kind of see what next week holds, but I think we may be coming back with another caller. So we'll have to see what the dynamic is. We've had a mom with 2 boys. We've had a dad with 2 girls. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But what they'll be doing is,
Hey, I just met you.
this is crazy.
But here's my number.
360-450-5008.
So call me maybe.
Nope, don't call. We'll be calling you.
We'll call you.
So, if you're interested, you want to get on the show, you got interesting stuff to say about parenting, you being a parent, your kid, your kids, whatever, let's chat. Reach out. We'd love to hear from you.
Yes.
Okay, so episode 36. Let's see. We had a pretty good week.
Yeah,
I
we
would
did.
say. So it was a pretty strong week. We have had a fantastic month so far, helping families.
Yeah.
And I would say with some of the business that we submitted last month, that will clear this month, plus the business that we've submitted this month, that will clear this month. I think by 3 weeks into the month, we are
Already at a record, right?
at a record month. So,
Yay, I helped.
I guess just a little
DJ Horn.
DJ horn for you there. But, anyways, we didn't mention it is Sunday, the 23rd of July,
2023.
2023. And on Tuesday, the 25th, we will be going to
El Doctor.
Is it El Doctor?
Mm-hmm.
Why does that sound funny? It doesn't sound right.
To see El Medico.
El Medico, yes. So, pretty excited about that because that is the essentially week 16 visit for us,
Mm-hmm.
and we should be able to find out the sex of our baby, hopefully.
As long as baby wants to cooperate and be visible on the ultrasound.
I gotta ask. I mean, because goddamn, there's a little flying bug in the room. You son of a bitch! Don't you fly over here. I know our baby was healthy and everything last time we went and checked, but I feel like I'm still. Oh, Mike just texted me and said, "Y'all got weed or coke I can buy?" Our good friend Michael Hunter is out visiting with his wife, his friends, and his son. Obviously, he's joking. But what a funny text.
Funny.
He just got out here. Yeah, we'll go hang out with him.
Oh, it's so funny.
We do have weed, edibles.
Edibles.
God, I'll have to give him at least one of those and tell him, cut this in 27s. It should last you a while, buddy. We'll have to respond to that. But, anyways, just trying to parent over here.
Asking
His little
if
kid.
we got some plug in Mexico.
His little kid has got to be on marijuana because Javi is so chill.
He is the chillest baby.
That man is always blazing. Good for that baby. What was I talking about?
The
yes.
doctor. We're going to the doctor.
Being concerned. Like, I think because we've lost a baby, it's like every time we go, they're like, yeah, everything's fine. I'm like, okay, good. And then we leave and I'm like, but what about next time? What if something else happens? Like, it's just concerning, and the fact that, granted, we're almost at the 16-week mark, but you're not like that big. I don't know how big you're supposed to be. I know everybody's different, but it's just like concerning. I know they're like, the baby's 5 centimeters long or 5 inches long. I'm like, okay, well, that's not that big, but
It's really like almost 6 inches by now, which is crazy. Yeah, and that's funny because I was just having like these doubtful moments over the last couple days, because like I weighed myself at the gym and I was like 69 and a half kilograms.
69.
And then I weighed myself a couple days ago and I was back down to 67 and a half, which is my pre-pregnancy weight. And I was like, oh fuck, granted I have been pooping more, so that, I don't know if that's affecting, but like I mean my tits are very, very sore, but in general, like I feel like I'm getting a little bit more energy. I feel like
What you're supposed to do in
I'm,
the
yeah.
second trimester, right?
But I'm like, my belly I feel is getting smaller. I don't know if it's just because I'm pooping or maybe I'm just not as bloated. It could be a hormone balancing out or unbalancing. I don't know.
So, ladies, specific, question for you. What was that process like for you? Because we know a couple people that are pregnant right now that are just struggling.
Yeah.
First, second trimester type things, like, are just struggling. And it doesn't seem to be bad for you.
No.
And again, I know everybody carries differently and, all of that stuff, but as far as like weight gain and all of that, it's just, I don't know. You go through stuff like that we went through before and you're just concerned.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I feel that way too, because I definitely feel that way. I try not to think about it too much, like, well, but then, like, of course, I'm on the Facebook groups, and it's like, people saying, sorry, I have to leave the group, I miscarried at 20 weeks or whatever, and you're like, oh, shit,
Jesus Christ, are they really?
Yeah. But a lot of times, like, they have, like, conditions going on that led to that happening. Whether it's, like, I don't know, hemorrhages or cysts or, I don't know, just, like, crazy stuff. I try not to read the comments too much because I don't want to I try to be very positive.
Yes, they
and
were in
just,
that stress.
Yeah, like, just...
We've learned about that.
Like, nope, it's all going to be okay. It's all going to be okay.
Well, that's...
Hopefully Tuesday they tell us it's all going to be okay.
Yeah, so the idea is Tuesday we'll find out. We're not going to find out from the doctor. We're going to have him put it in an envelope or something because, like we spoke about last week, I don't want to share that moment with my doctor and you, like, at the hospital. I would rather get it in an envelope We've got some friends down here. Do a little get together and share it with them.
And not even like friends, like the best
Oh
friends.
yeah, best friends. We have best friends down here. So
Yeah, Michael and Mariah that are down here. Once I just sent that lovely text message, they actually were the first people to find out we were pregnant before our parents.
The first time,
Yeah, the first time because we went to their house for Thanksgiving and we were just like surprise.
Yep.
Before we even called our parents for Thanksgiving. So.
I mean, both the people that are down here were in our wedding.
Yeah, they were
as best men.
Best men in our wedding.
So.
Yeah.
We've got people, which is nice because we were concerned that we weren't. It was, wouldn't have been a big deal if it was just Amanda and I. I guess we could have done like a little Facebook Live or something like that. But now that we have people here,
the timing is just
special.
Really coming together.
Oh, almost lost the iPad. Anyways, so yeah, a little, it's hard to not be concerned about that. I don't know if everybody's concerned about that type of stuff or if it's just because we've had a miscarriage, but it's one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
What, this week?
Yeah.
Oh, your air doesn't work.
Oh, the AC in my office doesn't work. I mean, it blows like air, but it doesn't blow cold air.
It needs Freon.
So, boy, oh boy, when you walk in here, it is hot. It is a toasty
It's like a sauna.
box. Yeah, it's like a sauna. Especially, even though I always have the window shade down and it's like a blackout curtain thing, it still gets warm in here. It's a good 10, 12 degrees warmer in here than it is like anywhere else in the house.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm just sitting in it, stewing, working, sweating my dick off.
And what's funny is like it went out on like what, Monday or Tuesday?
Oh gosh, it's been like that for a good while now. I've just been sitting. I just don't ever use the thing. It's like,
And then I told the landlord dude, I finally texted him because I was like, oh fuck, I need to text him. He came the next day, and then he's like, went up on the roof, and he sent me a message, and he's like, oh yeah, there's definitely a part missing from this, but I'm actually going to Holbox, so I won't be able to fix this until Tuesday. I hope that's okay. I'm like,
yeah, no problem.
damn, Shawn, I'm so sorry.
I've just been sweating my huevos off.
Well,
anyways,
instead of wearing the sweatband at the gym, just sit in here.
I'll be sweating in here. It's like it's fairly close to sitting in a car.
It's
Pretty
toasty in his office.
So that's pretty cool, Been dealing with that
For over a week with no AC in your office.
Yes.
The place that you spend 12 hours a day.
Mm-hmm. What were we listening to? Oh, it was a podcast. I think it was Greenie when they were talking about saving kids' baby teeth.
Oh my God, yes.
Super weird. Gotta know this, guys. Because the one guy did make a good point, and he brought this up about a movie that had come out. It was the movie with like where Santa Claus was like kind of a gangster, and it had the Tooth Fairy and a couple other like mythical creatures. It was an animated movie, and the teeth were where little kids' dreams were like kept.
Oh.
But most of y'all don't know that shit. So, are you keeping your kids' baby teeth? I mean, like, after you put them under the pillow and give them the money and you take it back, are you keeping those to give them to them later? Because
This stemmed from one of the hosts on the show. She went to like her grandma's house or like her mom's house or something, like, and she had a box of her old belongings, and in that box of belongings there was a little tiny box with all of her old baby teeth. And so it sparked this debate of like,
what do you
how long do you keep teeth? Why do you keep them? How many other people are keeping teeth? Like, so everyone was just kind of sharing their own opinions on it.
How do you feel on the topic?
I am personally not a fan of keeping the teeth. I would rather not. I'm also like not a person that does well with medical stuff, and teeth honestly kind of gross me out.
If we get our kids circumcised, are we keeping them pieces?
No. God, no. The skin would just rot.
There's a lot of things that are really gross that people do.
Oh, I did. I think when we first started doing the podcast, I was looking up, or when we first moved to Mexico, the umbilical cord stump. A lot of times Mexicans will keep the stump until the kids
Chew.
are... No, I don't fucking
No.
chew. That's disgusting. Because when the baby is born, the stump will fall off once it's healed. So what I read a lot of people in Mexican culture will do is keep the stump, and then when the kid gets like to 3 or 4, they go bury it somewhere for good luck or something like that. But I wonder how bad that smells.
Oh God.
I'm not a person that does well with medical.
Not looking forward to is cleaning our baby's belly button after the umbilical cord has been cut. Like belly buttons in the first place are kind of weird, and they get really stinky sometimes if you don't clean them. And so, yeah, we'll have to talk about it. And
Well,
you guys have a special way to clean belly buttons.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, it's got to heal at some point because you can't even get the baby all the way wet for like the first,
3 weeks.
Once until the stump falls off and heals.
Gotta have that stump fall off. Okay, so yeah, the baby teeth thing. Let us know. Maybe I'll ask that question next week.
Yeah.
What do you do with your kids' baby teeth? What about the things that your kids believe in? Are we going to have them believe in?
Tooth fairy.
Yeah, are we going to have them believe in the tooth fairy? Like, is that something?
I don't know. Is that an American thing or is that a global thing? Because if no one else brings up the tooth fairy here and our kid's the only one, like, oh, you put money under your pillow, they're gonna be like,
this kid's
what
a
the fuck?
loser, and he's crazy. Jimmy, you're crazy, man.
Except we will not even
Jimmy's parents are fucking rich. Look at that, putting money under his pillow for his teeth.
Yeah.
Dumbass thinks it's a little fairy.
Seriously.
They're like 5 years old. Talking all that shit. But yeah, Easter bunny? No way. At no point in time did I believe. Do people actually believe? Do kids believe that there's an Easter bunny that
comes and
lays
hides plastic eggs with chocolate in them?
Yeah.
Or hard-boiled eggs? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't remember.
My family.
I believed in Santa.
We were into Easter, like the idea of the candy and hiding the egg and stuff, but that's fun. But we were not into the religious portion of Easter because we were not religious.
But, so we would only go to church on Easter and...
Oh, you guys were those type of people.
We went to church on Easter and we went to church on Christmas
Disrespectful.
or something like that. I mean, we would go on Saturday nights. But as far as like
800 other people that only go on that day at your church.
Saturday,
we normally have 200 people, but on Easter and Christmas we have 3,000 people that show up.
Yeah, definitely. So I know like the religious aspect. Like I grew up fairly religious, and I know like that part of it. However, I don't understand the correlation between an Easter bunny and Jesus rising from the dead. Like, I don't understand where that part came from, so maybe that's something. Maybe that didn't even originate in the U.S. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But I don't remember actually thinking there was a bunny. It's just like, hey, on this day we eat chocolate and find some eggs and have a good dinner or something. But the reason we celebrate this holiday is because XYZ.
Isn't Easter the day he was reborn?
Yeah, he rose from the dead.
Sure, there you go. Bunnies. That makes sense. They're like, how can we make this sweeter? They're like, zombies. Santa, of course, believing in Santa.
Yeah, what else? What else is there?
Ghosts. Halloween. You don't really believe in anything for Halloween. I mean, people believe in ghosts, that's for sure. But
I think I've definitely seen some ghosts in my lifetime.
I'm seeing ghosts. All right, Sam Darnold. Let's see. Yeah, so I don't know. Is there any other things that people?
Trying to think like, okay, St. Patty's Day, no.
Jack Frost? No, I don't think so.
Thanksgiving, that's not.
Do you believe what happened to the Indians?
The Indigenous Peoples Day.
Sure do.
That's how we will teach our kids Indigenous People Day.
Oh, one of the things I want to talk about that has nothing to do with what we're talking about is shitting while we're sweating. Actually, sweating while we're shitting.
Sorry guys, I try to laugh outside of the mic, but sometimes I'll laugh fast enough.
You know what's also really cool, besides sweating in my office, is sweating while we're taking a shit.
Okay, exactly. Because I struggle to take a shit, so I'm just straight up. What was it earlier?
She was sweating because she was really working. You don't even have to be working to be sweating in this bathroom while you're shitting. Either bathrooms. I mean, there's no like fans in
There's
them.
no fans. They just have a window to the
So
outside.
there's no like air movement, and boy oh boy, they get warm, of course.
But then when they were just like sitting there earlier this week, I was trying to poop and I can't even remember if I was successful. Maybe I did like a little couple bunny poops or whatever. And I came out and I lifted my shirt up and I legit had sweat rolling down my stomach.
It's like if you were about to do something, anything, where you're like, hey, maybe I'll go out or do it, and you're just like, if I shit, then I have to shower. Or I have to shit with all my clothes off so I can wipe off with a whole towel. It's just, it's so crazy. That's one of my least favorite things about here. We need to get a fan
Just for the bathroom.
just for the bathroom.
Yeah.
Because if we're sweating while we're shitting, anybody comes over, you just come out of the bathroom and like you look like you just were in a game. You're like,
So funny.
oh God, you need another t-shirt?
I was sweating so bad.
It's
It's a real thing.
every time. Do you guys sweat when you shit?
No.
I mean,
People have central AC in the States, so they don't do that.
yeah, we definitely gotta put that little fan in the bathroom. But there's only one outlet in the bathroom.
Yeah. There's
Which
not
is
even a
weird.
double outlet. It's literally one
A single outlet.
one outlet.
God, second world problems. Let me tell you guys. So yeah,
Gosh.
shitting while sweating. Let's talk about my book.
Oh, where we're at.
Week 16 here. We're pregnant. This is,
These weeks are really just like
they're flying by. And this guy says right here, this little baby of yours is growing at an exponential rate.
I wish my money would grow at an exponential rate.
It is, in an IUL. We'll talk about that in a second. No. When I read about pregnancy status, when I read about pregnancy status and see my wife every night after work, I feel like I'm watching Dustin take care of Dart on the second season of Stranger Things. This doesn't really have a whole lot to do with what we're talking about because, yeah, thanks for that, buddy. I should have read that beforehand. In other words, your baby is getting bigger and bigger by the day, and it's probably close to 5 inches long now. Its muscles are getting stronger, and mom shouldn't be alarmed if she feels occasional movement. It can also be responding to external stimuli, dad, or internal stimuli. Don't be surprised if mom can feel the baby squirm if you poke her stomach from the inside or outside. Okay, family goals. Create a baby registry.
Oh,
This is something that we're currently working on.
yeah, actually.
Something that we'll be talking about later, right?
Mhm.
A lot of great feedback we've been getting from people about things we should buy. And don't forget, our baby is going to be a minimalist, not by choice. So, first-time parents, creating a baby registry can be a huge help in filling the list of things you'll need once you get that baby home from the hospital. My wife and I focused our energy on the big-ticket items in hopes that our friends and extended family may be able to help us out here and there with the rest. Babies R Us and even Amazon are great places to start. Look at ratings on things like co-sleepers, car seats, we don't use those here, cribs, and gliders. You certainly don't need everything that everyone lists out there tells you, or that every list out there tells you to buy. And a little helpful hint, if you're planning to have more than one child, consider buying some of the larger pieces in gender-neutral colors. That way you can use them from child to child. During this process, hand-me-downs are also a real lifesaver. But keep in mind that certain items, such as car seats, have expiration dates. Who would have thought?
Yep.
Do they really have expiration dates out here? Because people don't use them.
People don't use car seats in Mexico.
You know?
Blows my fucking mind.
Couple baby stats. Baby is holding its head more erect. Baby is developing scalp patterns, but no hair yet. I don't even know what the fuck scalp patterns are. It's like, is your baby gonna have a cow leg? Is it gonna have that
Widow's Peak.
shape from Death Star with the pointy, I guess that's the Widow's Peak thing. So I guess we'll figure that out.
Interesting.
Mom's uterus continues to grow. It's now the size of a papaya. Papaya, which is crazy because what papaya are they talking about? We see some papayas out here that are fucking huge.
Enormous.
Like, at least 1.5 times the size of your head. So, I doubt your uterus is that big, but
I hope not.
this guy should check his fact on papaya sizes. She's beginning to feel the baby move.
Nope.
Okay, not yet. Her breasts are continuing to grow and may be tender and or are swollen.
Those motherfuckers are sore.
Yes. Braxton Hicks contractions are continuing.
Oh, fuck no. I
You
hope
get-
I don't get those.
None of that, none of that. You just had a weird, what was that? Did you just feel a lightning crotch thing going on?
I don't know. It was
Podcast?
like something like shoot down from my belly button right before we started filming. I was
right into your
standing.
vagina?
Yeah, it went straight down from my belly button. Choop!
Ladies?
I don't. Maybe
Any
that
thoughts?
is lightning crotch. I don't know. It was-
Her appetite is likely normal or increased.
It's starting to go up.
And her energy may be coming back. Her moods have stabilized.
Oh. I definitely feel better than I did last week.
Not to miss appointments. Schedule an ultrasound appointment if necessary.
Would you look at that?
All right, so
The cool thing I will say about Mexico is that they make you come in every 4 weeks, where I know, like, for ultrasounds. So I know in the States, typically you have one at 10, and then a lot of times you don't have another one until 20.
well,
So
that's a long time to wait. That would be very stressful if you were
very stressful.
in our situation.
So a lot of times if you have a previous miscarriage or you're high risk, they will bring you in for more. But I feel like us going in every 4 weeks is not standard practice, which I like about being here.
Yeah, I would agree. Again, especially due to our situation. Conversation starters. Talk about unsolicited advice. Now that everyone knows that you're pregnant, your parenting information or advice will be, or the information or advice will be pouring in. You and your partner might want to talk about how to deal with that info tactfully and with grace when it's received while behind the scenes, picking out only what you need from that info.
We talk shit behind the scenes. No.
Talk about belly touching. This may be something important. One thing that I've noticed through 4 pregnancies is that there's always going to be that person who comes on way too strong and rubs on that belly. So before you go off half-cocked and knock out her coworker, Jim from accounting. Jim's in sales. Fucking idiot. On Saturday afternoon, in the middle of Chipotle, you and your partner should talk about her feelings towards this sort of thing and the appropriate way to handle it. I know that my wife loved having people touch her belly. She felt it was showing love to the baby and it made her happy. But there are many women who feel opposite. Some feel invaded no matter who is doing the touching, and something to really pay attention to is, and that's something to really pay attention to because it's very personal to each woman. What are your thoughts on people touching your belly?
I've only experienced your mom, and did anyone else touch my belly in Vegas?
I don't remember.
I know Frank said he's going
Yeah, I
to
know
a
Frank made
conference.
the point. He's like, I'm gonna touch that belly.
Frank's like, I love pregnant bellies. I'm gonna touch it. I don't necessarily think I have a problem with it. Obviously, when we were in Vegas, I don't even look pregnant yet, really. So it's just like,
I mean, you look
I'm
a
a
little
little-
more pregnant.
I'm a little self-conscious just because I'm getting a little pudge. Like, I just look like pudgy. And I think I'm just more self-conscious about the soft part of my belly, not necessarily the fact
She's
that...
like, touch this, it's rock hard.
No, it's very soft. It's tacos and burritos. And now enchiladas as of last night.
And some good enchiladas.
You did.
Put a little bit of extra something spicy in there, and it really gave me heartburn. So, dealing with the results of that, love getting older.
I luckily have not been dealing with heartburn, and I don't know how I skipped through that one. Knock on wood.
Yes, 100%. Because it makes you angry, and you don't need to be angry.
I have other things that make me angry, like not pooping and...
I'm angry. Yeah. Okay. Well, I know. Do you have like a list you're able to put together of the stuff that people have been suggesting, or do you have some stuff in your brain? Because they do have some stuff on here on the essential baby list registry.
Yeah, so we've been so busy as far as like writing them down. I do remember some from skimming, which my memory, I'm surprised. A lot of things were like the nose Frida or the nose sucker
Oh,
thing.
definitely get those
Um,
boogers out.
Yeah, like a good carrier, and then the cloth swaddle for when they're an infant. Obviously, a good car seat.
A lot of people are saying car seat that turns in that
The car seat stroller combo.
yeah, the stroller.
Yeah, because you can just take the car seat and then put it on
out
the
of the
stroller.
little seat piece
Yeah,
and put it into the stroller, click it in like my sister was doing.
yeah. So that's very common, and you can put it in shopping carts, and you can do that. So that's a good one. And then like portable noise machines
Mhm.
and either humidifiers or dehumidifiers, depending on your climate. Like cameras, stuff. But like our crib comes with a lot of.
Burpee cloths.
But yeah, bird cloths was a big one. They're like, you can never have too many bird cloths. As far as like the tips of buying diapers, like level 3 and out, because a lot of people will just buy newborn diapers, but a lot of times newborn diapers only last for like a month, and then you have all these extra ones left over depending on how big your baby is and stuff.
Yeah, I'm hoping we have a big baby. Not like a big baby from diabetes, but just a big baby. Which we were talking about the other day, and I don't really understand how that works.
Yeah.
Like your baby gets bigger if you have gestational diabetes, but don't you want a big baby? Or is it like a fat baby? And if it's a big baby, does that not mean like it's gonna be a big baby like me?
Because
Like, does that not guarantee you a big person?
I was tiny, and I'm a big person.
Yeah.
I was 4 pounds 4 ounces.
That is tiny.
Yeah, because the average baby is between 6 and 8 pounds.
I mean, I've definitely seen babies that I think are like, well, that was a gestational diabetes baby. Not saying that's a bad thing. Big kind of fat babies look cute. Very
Yeah.
cute. I just,
But it's so funny that a lot of the babies in movies, like the newborn babies in movies, are
Oh, those
really
babies
like
are-
3 pounds or 3 months old.
yeah, those babies are definitely
They're like,
aged.
I'm 10 weeks, something like that.
We'll hold this off until, you know what? Actually, we can talk about this right now. So, something that I've been working on because we're doing the podcast and we're doing all this parenting stuff, and we've got kind of a brand that we're building, the Trying to Parent brand. I wanted to be able to do more stuff for our kids that they can kind of like and remember us by and be proud of, and just different things like that I think other people will get use out of. And when it comes down to it, people go through these type of things and start selling products or promoting products and whatever it may be, and either things that you believe in, like if you're really big in a car seat, maybe you'll try to get sponsored by the car seat company and whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
One thing, because I like to think of myself as very, very slightly creative, just a little bit.
You are creative.
And
I'm
so,
not.
not so much, yes. Not in the ways of the things that we're talking about. I'm sure you're creative in the other ways. But one of the things I've been working on was creating some kids' coloring books. And at some point in time, I would like to create children's little, like, that was intense.
Yeah.
Children's, like, little, reading books, whatever. Maybe, like, little travel-inspired children's books. But I've made a dinosaur book. This is a dinosaur coloring book, and a unicorn for the ladies. Actually, we don't really gender here.
No.
So if your boy wants it, she can do that. Or she can do that. He can, who cares? Who fucking cares? Anyways, so I've got a dinosaur book made. I've got a unicorn book made. I also have a multiracial princess book made, which I don't have a copy of because we bought these and didn't get them until we went out to Vegas because they can't be delivered here because fuck yeah. But yeah, check it out. They're, I don't know, like $7. They're available on Amazon. We'll post the links in the description and all that shit. But just cool coloring books for the kids. If you hear the pages going right now, that's because
We're showing them on YouTube.
we're showing them on YouTube, and that's why you should watch on YouTube. But anyways, yeah. Some pretty cool little books here. And just something,
Look how cute this one is.
what kind of kid doesn't like coloring books?
I used to, I loved coloring so much, and I don't know if I'm gonna date myself here, but like I was just telling Sean about this, like the old felt ones, like the felt posters
Yes.
that you could roll out. I used to love like tigers, lions, any type of wildcats. I loved wildcats. This like jungle stuff, like jaguars. Oh my god, that is so loud.
Cool.
Welcome to Mexico.
Cool. Anyways, we'll just continue on. But yeah, enjoy the banging.
I can feel the ricochet in my
That
chair.
person's really doing some work upstairs or downstairs.
Downstairs is hard to tell.
Slightly distracting, but we'll just power through it, you know? Anyways, yeah, I mean, I used to love drawing as a kid, especially not just like random stuff. If you just gave me a paper, I'd be like, well, my imagination's not that great. But if you give me a coloring book, I'm like, oh man, I can really go
I
off
got
with
a
this.
theme going on here, like.
And I've noticed it doesn't really matter what age you are, especially if you're like really young. Like I think on the books I have like from ages 4 and up or ages 5 and up. Really, my nephew, Alexi, got a hold of the dinosaur one, and on the first page just started
With a red marker.
coloring.
Went at it.
Yeah, just started coloring on the book. Like, of course he's not staying in the lines, but he sees the picture, he sees that it's cool, and he's like, cool, I just want to fucking color on this. So, if you would like to support us, we get a small amount of, money from selling these, but the idea is cool, and it's something that we can start promoting and actually bring value, some sort of value to your guys' life. I'll be making a bunch more of them. I'm working on a Cowboys and Indian one right now. I'm probably going to do a nice little farm one. We got Halloween coming up here, soon, so I'll probably do a Halloween and Christmas one and that type of stuff. But just fun things for not only you to be able to support us, but your children to get something out of it. Help them with their creativity, imagination, and all of that stuff. So
So creative, babe.
those will be posted in the podcast
Show notes?
along with on our Linktree site. So, yeah. How about we move on to highs and lows?
Has a nose.
And I can sing high like this. And I can sing high.
All right, Derek.
Oh, here comes Anina.
Stay over there, beast.
Here
No,
comes
don't
Anina.
go
Come here.
Good girl. Okay, that's a good spot.
So
Alrighty.
cute, Nina. You pretty
Just
face.
staring at you.
Nina had her 10th birthday on Tuesday.
Yeah, I would definitely say one of my highs was celebrating Nina's birthday and looking back through my phone to find a bunch of pictures to post for her birthday. It was just, it warmed my heart. It's very nice to see all the fun things we've done with Nina throughout the years and all the fun adventures that we have taken and your cute face. You're always so cute.
She literally has the cutest face. Like,
Everybody always loves you. And now you're just getting better and better with other dogs, which I expected. I assumed that would be the case. Mom has always been concerned, but yeah. So, hi, celebrating Nina's birthday, along with just a great week of helping families. And yeah, things are going pretty well, steadily getting better and better in the business. And if you're interested, now's a good time to join.
yeah, definitely.
If you want to come to conference with us, which will cement your belief in whether you want to do this or not, apparently there are flights from Phoenix to Denver for like $67 round trip.
Yep.
So
Non-stop, obviously.
come, check it out. We'll get you a ticket, and you will know if this career is for you or not. Trust me. What about you as a high?
I had a really, well, I'm not gonna say really good. For me, it was a really good week. I helped a couple of families, and so that
That's a very good week.
that's
It's a very good week for anybody.
yeah. So it made me feel really good. kind of boost my confidence because I had a very slow start, but hopefully,
Momentum.
momentum, got that going. I feel pretty good.
It's possible.
Yep. So, and the people I helped are super cool, and I have more conversations to have with them over the next week. So,
And then you have those people introduce you to people that they love and care about, and you help those people because that's what we're doing.
Yep.
We're protecting families. We're protecting friends of families. We want to protect everyone you care about. Because just like anything in success, you don't want to be the person at the top of the mountain and be like, well, I made it. What about everybody else? With life insurance. Well, I'm protected, but, fuck Gary, my best friend, and his family. No. You want to take care of the people that you love and care about. So does everybody else.
Yeah. Another high, this morning we went swimming with Mason and his family. We went snorkeling in a cenote lagoon type area. It wasn't as clear because it opened up to the salt water in the ocean, but we still saw a lot of fish. There was a fuck ton of fish. I did get bit 3 times though. The fish were like,
Yeah, the fish were really
aggressive.
After her, I didn't get bit at all. One tried to come at me a little bit. I gave him
You juked him?
a little shimmy shake with my foot at his face, and he swam away.
They were on me. They were
But-
like, no babies allowed in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think those are my highs.
Anything for a low?
A
But you're
low, I would say I made the mistake of putting milk in my
Oof.
tea that I put lime juice in, and it curdled, and it was fucking disgusting. I was like gagging while I was brushing my teeth, trying to like get it off my tongue. It was pretty gross.
Curdled milk tea. Yeah.
Blech.
No bueno. But
That's gross.
I would say, I wouldn't even say this is a low for me. You know that guy that Amanda talked about at the end of the street? That as we walk our dog, he'll like say stuff and talk shit to her. So she's had a couple interactions with him before. And then we saw him in a hallway one time, and Amanda didn't point out the fact of who he was to me. So we said like hi, and he was all like trying to be all nice and like.
He was trying to be nice to Nina.
Yeah, I'm like, I just thought it was some guy, so I'm like, okay, yeah, hey, what's up, man? How's it going? Yeah, have a nice day, blah, blah. And then Amanda goes, oh, that's the guy from down the street. I'm like, first of all, I was mad at her. I'm like, why didn't you say anything?
Yeah,
You should have called him out right when we saw him. I'm like, this is that fucking guy at the end of the street. Because I walked Nina down our street today, and she was going to the bathroom. Probably, I don't know,
20 yards
from his window to the back of his apartment in a public grass area, and she poops. I pick it up in the bag, and he like opens his window and tries to start saying something to me, and right away I recognize like not who he is because I can't really see him behind the screen, but I recognize his voice and what he's doing. I'm like, bro, do not fucking talk to me. Like I started getting pretty aggressive pretty quickly. I'm like, also, don't ever fucking talk to my wife again. And he's just like taking pictures and saying stuff. And yeah, I said some mean things to him. But
he lives on the first floor in like a community grass. Like each street like branches off into its own cul-de-sac, and there's grass at the end of the cul-de-sac where everyone walks their dogs to go to the bathroom. He has like little signs by his own personal window that he bought that say no dogs allowed. However, there's a community sign right in the middle of the grass area that says like, here are the community rules. Pick up after your dog. Don't be loud after 10. Like that they have posted all over our community. And so I'm always like, bro, there's a fucking sign right here. And he's like, no, dog can't go here. Go over there. And so I asked our landlord, like, hey man, this was like a couple weeks ago. The last time he tried to yell at me, I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm right, but I'm just double checking. Is my dog allowed to go to the bathroom right here? And he's like, yeah, your dog's allowed literally everywhere in this community. There's literally nothing in the rules about where your dog's not allowed to go. And I was like, cool, thanks, because there's a fucking crazy person taking pictures of me. And he's like, oh yeah, he sounds crazy. And I'm like, okay, as long as I'm not in the wrong. Like, who's he going to show the pictures to? You're not breaking any rules. He's just a fucking crazy guy.
That's the thing. I don't do well with confrontation, which is why I usually try to avoid it, because I get mad very quickly. And I was telling that guy, I will come and dump this shit in your fucking house. I said that to him. I'm like, yeah, keep talking to me, man. Keep talking to me. You will find shit in your house. I will.
Probably
So
shouldn't have said that, but.
he wasn't filming at that point.
Oh, okay, good.
He's just taking pictures. I'm like, you should probably film. Film me. Look, I'm holding the bag of poop right here. Who are you going to take that to? You want me to walk over to security with you?
Yeah.
Just talking shit to him, because I hate people like that. It's like, dude, first of all, I am closer to the person's apartment that's across the street from you
Yeah,
than I am to
seriously.
yours. And you're talking shit to me? All right. Right. All right, let's change topic. Anyways, so I wouldn't say that was my low.
It's definitely fresh. It gets me riled up too, though. But so, yeah.
So I might break into his house later and put some shit under his pillow. See if he believes in the tooth fairy.
The tooth fairy. The poop fairy.
Yeah. God. Fucking weirdo. Anyways, I think it's what was I doing for Ask the Listeners?
Oh, that's gonna be good. Oh, that's gonna be good.
I honestly don't know, but I doubt it was that.
I think it was that.
No.
Let me know, guys. Anyway, so we've got a question for the Ask the Listeners. I think we did it yesterday. And essentially the question, which we got a lot of different answers for, was a piggyback of what we already talked about. What is your number one top recommended item for your brand new baby? What was something that you feel like you absolutely needed, and that was a huge game changer? So got a wide variety of responses here. Jamie, Susie said tequila. I was like,
Right on.
makes sense. Makes total sense. Let's see. We've got a sleep sack. My mom said sleep sack.
Oh, she sent me that. I was wondering what the context was behind it.
And I'm like, what's a sleep sack? And she goes, it's like a weighted swaddle. I'm like, oh,
Like a anxiety blanket for babies.
yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so sleep sack. We've got yoga ball and warm fuzzy socks and chapstick. I'm assuming these things are for you?
I definitely don't need fuzzy socks here in this climate, although I do have about 5 pairs I brought with us.
Chapstick.
Chapstick, yeah, for sure. With the yoga ball,
Mm-hmm.
that's good for later in pregnancy and also good during labor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got, Cicely said, a drug-free husband.
That's always
She
positive.
said, just kidding. Not really, though. Although,
Fine.
that
Some
helps
jokes.
tremendously. So, she did say a boppy pillow or a swing. What's a boppy pillow?
A boppy pillow, I think, is like a breastfeeding pillow. That way the baby is kind of in an optimal position to breastfeed. I think.
Gotcha. Okay.
Bro, you guys, when I say that I have not really looked into anything, I haven't looked into anything. I think I just started 2 days ago and I was looking
Plenty
at.
of time.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time. But I don't know what half of these things are that people posted on my Facebook.
I had people respond to stuff, and I'm like, what's that? What's that? Sarah said, sleep. And she said, don't waste your money buying all the things and prepping. All babies are different. Trust me, we won't be buying a bunch of shit. She said, except diapers. Buy all the diapers. And do not buy pajamas with buttons. Zippers are where it's at.
Yep, I've definitely heard that.
And she said, although you two should probably invest in a travel backpack carrier.
Yep. Yeah, so that's kind of like something that I'm thinking about of when we get these things, our trailer was already very full on the drive down here. Wherever we move to next, we have to fit all of these baby things in. So we have to be very strategic about the items that we have, or we're going to have to get rid of some things.
I could definitely see us getting rid of some things.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's at least a box of clothes I wouldn't need to bring. because I feel like I wear less stuff than I actually wear. Speaking of that, I gotta get like a new button up or two for conference.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. 3-in-1 stroller, car seat / bassinet. Somebody told us to use our insurance to get a breast pump covered and get a portable set too.
See, a lot of people say that, but we don't live in the U.S.
Yeah.
We don't have U.S. insurance, so
Exactly, I said that same thing.
that doesn't work like that out here.
This guy said an in-bed sleeper thing, which is essentially what I would say, because I don't know what the fuck that is. He's like one of those thingies with the sleeping in the bed. I don't know what an in-bed
We have a
sleeper-
bassinet. We have a bassinet.
Okay, cool.
So
Mamaroo.
I don't know what that is.
Is that like a baby holder thing? I think of.
Oh, it might be like the swaddle type.
Yeah, I was gonna say that kind of makes me sound
Kangaroo.
like kangaroo.
Mamaroo.
So
The pouch. The baby's the pouch. Got it.
bottle sterilizer.
Yes.
That seems very important.
Is it a micro? I think you can put them in the microwave and the steam sterilizes them because we don't have a dishwasher. So we have to sterilize them by the microwave.
Is it plastic though?
You can get glass
Big
bottles.
Okay, good. I'm like, I don't want to put plastic in there.
No.
Gas drops,
Mm.
gripe water, which do you know what gripe water is?
No, but did Ashley say that?
No, Sam.
Oh.
Not Samantha.
It doesn't matter.
Anyways,
I feel like someone else posted that on.
I asked her what that was, and she's like, "Oh, it makes them like gas drops too. Will make them fart and stuff, so they can pass gas easier. Gripe water's gonna make them like burp and stuff.
Oh.
White noise maker and the baby Frida pack. I don't know what the baby Frida pack is. But I'm
I
sure
think
we can
that's
look
the
that up.
nose sucker thing.
Gotcha.
I think.
Another bottle sanitizer. That's good. The swing. And a baby daddy that actually does something. I responded to her saying, "What kind of swing? Can't really do anything about the baby daddy thing though." Snuggle nest. Also don't know what that is.
What that is.
Binky.
Okay.
I feel like the classic binky is very important. Let's see, diaper genie for all those poopy diapers. Is that like that cat box that makes it not stink as much?
I think so.
Diaper genie, that sounds important, especially because,
It's hot here.
yeah, nothing like a steamy poop. Nipple cream, because breastfeeding is no joke.
I have bag
Believe
bomb,
that.
which is actually an udder cream.
Udder cream?
It was originally made for cow udders, I believe.
Udders are the same thing as tits. My sister said the sleep sack.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
That's what your mom said.
Oh, she said the same thing?
Yep.
Mom brain. Kat said the swing. Oh, is this a, maybe it is the swing. The magical rock baby to sleep swing. Okay. And then we've got beer, important, very important, definitely. And caffeine, because team no sleep ain't for the weak. So,
Okay.
oh yeah.
Well, it seems to be some repetition. Swings, bottle sterilizers, Frida. Yep.
Yeah.
Those are very common on my Facebook post too. So
Cool.
cool.
So look for Amanda's Facebook post and put some more information on there because we got a lot of stuff that, we would like suggestions on, so we can narrow it down to a few things that we need.
Yeah, and I just want to say I really appreciate everyone commenting and interacting and giving us suggestions because literally, I have no idea. And I know it's this is like my version of asking for help, and I'm just really appreciative that you guys are offering the help. And I got a lot of personal messages and things like that. So, thanks, guys
Definitely.
and girls.
And then once we have our baby and it gets a little older, our good buddy Mason sent us a video that is essentially what we're going to have to deal with when we get older, and I want to play it for you guys.
Oh goodness.
And an AM. So we're going to start with words that end in A-N. You yell out a word, I'll write it down. Let's see how many we can get. Go!
Fan.
Fan, there's a good one.
Man.
Man, that's another one.
Lesbian.
Words that end in A-N. Anyone, words ending in A-N.
Lesbian.
Okay, I heard pan. Good.
No. Faith said lesbian.
All right, no big deal.
No big
It's a
deal.
lesbian. Hold on. Good, we'll write that down.
It's all good,
Just
Faith.
a word. Not a big deal, but we'll move on. We'll get some other ones.
What is a lesbian, sir?
Ah, fuck.
Word. How do you...
What's your word?
All right. If you liked another girl, that could be...
I like Olivia. Am I a lesbian?
Well, if you like Olivia, you could be, sure.
I like Olivia. I love Olivia. I like Olivia too. Am I a lesbian?
No, it doesn't work that way, Philip.
No,
You
Philip.
can never be a lesbian.
No fair. I want to be a lesbian. Me too.
You can all be lesbians.
All
Let's
right.
try words that end in O-N.
Prostitution.
What did you say?
Prostitution. What is prostitution?
Let's say prostitution is when you work in the street and you get paid.
I want to do prostitution.
No. All right.
Same here.
Moving on to words that end in R-E, but let me just have a second here
Hold on.
to think if nothing, there can't be. So shout out words that end in R-E.
Crack whore.
Son of a bitch.
I don't even know words that end in RE.
First of all,
Mediocre.
that girl is very intelligent to just be pulling those out of her ass.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, lesbian, prostitution, crack whore, very, very
Creative.
impressive. Also, kids don't give a fuck.
Nope.
They'll hear something and they'll just be like, what's that?
I was watching CSI Miami and
Yeah.
there were these words in the background from downstairs.
Exactly. So, my dad was watching crack whores on TV last night. I heard about it while I was upstairs.
He was ordering a prostitution on
Yeah.
the phone. What is that?
Yeah. So, very excited because, man, kids, they say the darndest things.
Yeah.
And with that, I think it's time for us to do our I Love the 90s. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna blow out your guys' eardrums here. Here we go. Wrap this bad boy up. 56 minutes and 53 seconds. Did you have stuff to talk about? Oh. And we're gonna take a swing to the
Oh,
left.
We can do the I Love the 90s first.
What is your stuff you have to talk about?
Right?
Oh. I mean, do you want to save it or do you want to talk about it?
Well, we already played the song. We can do I Love the 90s. I can end on mine.
Okay. Alrighty. I mean, we traditionally always end on I Love the 90s, but I guess we can change it up. So, let me get to my...
Nina's so cute.
She is.
No, I love babies.
Okay. 4 questions for you here.
Okay.
Question numero uno. What year did the first Mortal Kombat movie come out?
Movie.
I'm going to give you 4 options.
Okay.
94, 95, 96, or 97.
Mortal Kombat movie. I'm gonna guess 96.
But that's wrong.
Incorrect.
Incorrect.
It's 95.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
Get over here! You don't remember Mortal Kombat? The original movie?
Original movie.
That's right, because you don't watch movies, so fuck me, right?
I
All right.
watched action movies though.
Mortal Kombat was a fantastic action
I
movie.
know, that's why I'm surprised. I don't think I've seen it. I know we saw the new one. That one's in my head.
Okay, well, next. This isn't going to be any easier for you.
Great.
Tell me one thing about the famous movie The Truman Show starring Jim Carrey.
I never saw it.
Just tell me one thing about it. What it's about.
About a man. That's all I got.
It's a essentially what it's about. It's about a man named Truman. Well, is that his full name? Well, not his full name, but it's not him. And it's played by Jim Carrey, and he's inside of a bubble world
Okay.
that he thinks everything is real, but it's all a TV show.
Gotcha.
And he's the favorite TV show person.
He's the main character?
Yeah, but it's his life, and everybody else there is fake.
Oh my gosh.
It's fantastic. It's a great movie. And you nailed it. Wow.
About a man.
About a man. Just about a simple man.
Got it.
Good. Good job. All right, next. Name one of the kids or their nickname from the famous 1993 classic, The Sandlot.
Oh.
Come on.
Isn't A-Rod in that?
Was A-Rod in it? He might have made a...
Like a young kid that's supposed to grow up to be A-Rod?
Oh, I think that's how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Maybe.
then, yeah.
Maybe.
And then Smalls.
supposed
Come
to be
on,
a kid?
Smalls. Are you killing me, Smalls? Is that from that?
Yes, but Smalls was not one of the...
Oh, that's not his nickname. Well, the A-Rod. A-Rod. That's what I got.
That's wrong. Incorrect.
You guys see what I have to deal with? Are we going to blame this on Mommy Brain? You've got legitimately the main character, who's the guy that you're talking about, Benji.
Benji.
Benji's the best one. You've got Scotty, which is the kid that moves there. Who is that dumb extra long bill hat?
I haven't seen Sandlot since high school, I don't think.
You've got Ham, which is the fat kid with the freckles, the catcher, who's really funny.
I wanted to call him Curly for some reason.
That's Curly Moore and Larry. You got Yaya, Squints, Kenny, which is a black guy, Timmy, and Tommy, which are the brothers.
Oh my God, they can.
God
Nope.
damn it.
Awful.
All right,
I'm
one-
awful.
1 for 3. Maybe I'm going to end you on a little bit of black trivia here. This
Yikes.
may be what takes it home for you. All right. What year did the first movie Friday come out? 93, 94, 95, or 96?
4.
But that's wrong.
Motherfucker.
Incorrect.
It's incorrect.
96.
It's 95.
Well, 95 again.
Still with a consistent theme of 95.
Well, sorry guys.
1 for 4. Pretty consistently bad.
Yep, that's pretty bad.
Good job.
Thanks. For
You felt
lying.
that? Yeah, you felt that. Felt that empty compliment there? That was real.
It was an empty acceptance because I know it's not worthy.
Well, I will let you take it away. We're taking What's in the News.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me find your drop specifically for you.
Thank you.
You're
very
very
much.
welcome. Hopefully you end this with a bang.
From the entire Channel 4 news team, I'm Veronica
She's
Corningstone.
Amanda King.
And I'm Ron
and
Burgundy.
I'm Shawn King.
Go fuck yourself,
Go
San Diego.
Fuck yourself, Florida. Yeah, we're still doing that.
All right. In last week, Sean's book mentioned pregnancy brain, and so I've been feeling like I've been having some brain fog and just kind of having some problems focusing. So
Did you say frog?
I did say frog.
Brain fog.
And then I said fog. So I kind of wanted to look into that because I know I have a lot of people that have said that. And I even remember Marcelina saying it when she was pregnant with Noah, my nephew. Anyway, so I was kind of looking at a couple different articles, and they say that not all studies necessarily agree, but most evidence suggests that people do have a decline in cognitive skills during pregnancy. They kind of say the cause behind that is that your body produces between 15 and 40 times more progesterone and estrogen, and that kind of goes through your brain and affects the neurons. And they even say after birth, obviously you're dealing with a lot of sleep deprivation in the third trimester and once you give birth. But after you give birth, there's a huge surge of oxytocin that helps your body produce the milk. And that actually has an influence in the brain circuits as well. Pregnancy brain is, brain fog, just kind of just a lack of concentration, but mostly it is spatial memory issues.
Where I put those keys at?
Yes.
Where's my wallet? Where's my phone?
Yes.
It's in my hand. Everything's in my hand.
Exactly. But the reason they say that it happens in general is kind of like they say it's an evolutionary characteristic that humans have. So that way, one of the articles kind of like looked at it as like, okay, you have 6 shelves.
Okay.
The top 3 shelves are baby when you're pregnant.
Okay.
Boop, baby. Everything else is just shelves 4, 5, 6, whatever.
Those shelves you gotta bend down to, you don't know what's down there. You don't like going down there.
Exactly.
Sorry.
So kind of like what they say is like the evolutionary aspect of it is like your brain makes you forget about the things that are, quote, less important, so that way you can focus on the baby in order to protect the baby and have it survive and all of that stuff. So they say it makes you a better mom because you're more able to focus on the baby. However, you're forgetting about all other shit you have to do. It can begin in the first trimester, but they say that studies have shown women in the second and third trimesters have a much lower spatial recognition than non-pregnant women. And a 2016 study that was done actually shows that there's a decrease in the gray matter in the brain in spatial and social cognition and relationship buildings, and it can actually last a little bit more than 2 years after you give birth.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Hopefully that doesn't happen to you.
So it's a real thing. I mean, besides just being fucking exhausted all the time, it actually does kind of mess with you. The hormones mess with you just outside of the sleep, and the sleep deprivation just makes it worse. But it's a real thing.
Yeah, I never thought that it was something that like people made up or anything.
I thought it was. I'm like, oh yeah, everyone's just
I
tired.
just forget shit. Yeah, I mean, God, being tired. That's why
Can
they
do.
put you through that shit in the military when you're like, becoming a Marine and stuff and all of that. They just keep you up for a certain amount of days. It's like 3 or 4 days, yeah, and you're just like, bro, I'm literally tripping balls right now. So I can imagine, happens to parents getting all back to sleep.
Yeah, and even though like I feel pretty good, I don't know what the hormones are doing to my body. Like I definitely feel like I'm a little more stupid. However, I feel like I'm faring pretty decent, but we'll see.
You're smart. You're totally smart.
Thanks, babe.
Very
Except when it comes to the 90s.
Yeah, man, you suck at that game.
Yeah, I do suck at that game.
It's
but
because
that's
you're born in
okay.
'89.
Yeah.
Fucking traitor.
I know, which means I should know the 90s even more because I was actually like
More there.
more there.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyways.
Well, it's a good episode. I think we got an hour and 9 minutes.
Wow.
Good juicy one for you guys. Anyways,
Stretch, Nina.
it's been real. It's been fun. It's been the Try to Parent podcast.
Thanks for joining us.
We up out of here.
Deadass.
Love you.
Love you, baby.
Peace.